In this presentation, we'll show how a simple change to the PIP choice provisions of Michigan's auto insurance law can lower auto insurance rates for all Michigan drivers and improve care for auto accident survivors. First, let's go back to 2019 when Michigan's auto insurance law was reformed under PA 21 to address the fact Michigan was the most expensive state in the nation for auto insurance. Unlike any other state, Michigan had required all drivers to purchase unlimited lifetime personal injury protection or PIP benefits as part of their auto insurance policy. PIP is the part of the policy that pays for medical care and recovery in case of auto accident injuries, and the requirement for all drivers to buy unlimited lifetime PIP was widely considered to be the primary cause of Michigan's high auto insurance rates. To address this concern, the new law instituted PIP Choice, which now allows drivers to choose lower PIP benefits at a lower cost. While drivers can still choose the traditional unlimited lifetime benefits, they now have the option to choose PIP benefits at much lower levels. Those with Medicare or some commercial health insurance policies can opt out of PIP altogether, while those enrolled in Medicaid can choose PIP levels as low as $50,000. It's important to note here that while Medicare and commercial health insurance cover acute care like hospital stays and limited rehab, neither of them covers long-term care such as attendant care or residential care. So anyone not choosing the lifetime PIP benefits who then suffers serious auto accident injuries requiring these types of care will most likely be forced to spend down savings and then go on to Medicaid, which does pay for long-term care. It should also be noted, those without lifetime PIP benefits who are then injured in an auto accident can now sue to recover some or all of their expenses if another driver is found to be at fault in the accident and the at-fault driver has the resources to pay for the injured person's care. So under PA 21, not only are those opting out of lifetime PIP benefits now exposed to uninsured care for themselves and their families, every driver in the state is also now exposed to the risk of lawsuit from injured individuals. This is why PA 21 requires every driver in the state to purchase much higher levels of liability insurance than before, with liability being the part of the auto insurance policy that covers the driver if sued by others. In fact, many drivers are opting for protection beyond the new higher levels in order to protect their assets if ever sued by an injured individual. So while PIP Choice under PA 21 does lower PIP premiums for those who opt out of lifetime benefits, it creates a corresponding increase in liability premiums for every driver in the state. So in the end, the reduction in PIP premiums has largely been offset by an increase in liability premiums, with many drivers in the state now actually paying more for their overall auto insurance policy under PA 21. Not surprisingly, Michigan still ranks among the most expensive states in the nation for auto insurance. To make matters even worse, Michigan's Medicaid expenditures are expected to increase by an estimated $58 million per year as care for auto accident survivors shifts from auto insurance to Medicaid, as just mentioned. The good news is all these problems can be solved by simply modifying the PIP choice provisions of PA 21 to give drivers a way to save on PIP premiums without sacrificing lifetime benefits. And if we can do that, that is, if all crash survivors are again assured of lifetime care without any need to sue, liability premiums can return to their previous lower levels. In other words, drivers can save on both the PIP and liability portions of their premiums, which would lower auto insurance rates for every driver in the state. This can be accomplished by offering the following three PIP options. The first option would offer drivers the same unlimited lifetime PIP benefits currently available under PA 21. Drivers choosing to stay with this option wouldn't see any PIP premium savings, but economic analysis shows the decrease in liability premiums produce overall average savings of $178 per car per year compared to what these drivers are currently paying. A second option would offer limited lifetime PIP benefits that would now give drivers the chance to save money on their PIP premiums while still providing accident survivors all reasonably necessary care for as long as needed by placing limits on certain aspects of care without compromising the quality of that care. For example, many auto injury survivors who have suffered serious injuries require 24/7 assistance with activities of daily living for an extended period of time. With unlimited lifetime benefits, survivors are entitled to receive that care either in the home or in an accredited residential facility. With limited lifetime benefits, on the other hand, benefits would be limited to the dollar amount needed for care in a residential facility, which can be provided for about 60% of the cost of home care. The limited option could also include deductibles as a way to further lower premiums while still limiting out-of-pocket expenditures. Drivers choosing this option would see average savings of $229 per car per year. The third option would be for Medicaid participants to opt out of PIP coverage altogether, since Medicaid, as mentioned earlier, already provides lifetime benefits for its participants. Drivers choosing this option would save $871 per car per year on average. This type of PIP choice is just like the choice available to consumers of health insurance plans, where individuals typically choose either a higher premium PPO plan or a lower premium HMO plan that might have some benefit restrictions and higher deductibles, but still insures against serious medical events and limits out-of-pocket expenditures, with Medicaid coverage available for lower-income individuals without other forms of health insurance. Finally, in addition to the insurance premium savings we've just discussed, taxpayers would save the $58 million per year mentioned earlier by eliminating situations where auto accident survivors are forced onto Medicaid for their medical care. Insurance companies would benefit from selling more policies at lower prices with lower administrative costs, since they would no longer need to track which customers and family members have Medicare or commercial health insurance for opt-out purposes, and auto accident survivors would again be assured of timely medical care for as long as needed. There's no reason PIP choice should mean those who want to save money on their auto insurance have to expose themselves and their loved ones to financial ruin and inadequate care, and at the same time expose every driver in the state to increased liability and higher premiums. By using the same type of choice employed in health insurance for decades, we can save money for every driver in the state and at the same time improve care for every crash survivor. This is a rare policy opportunity to make everyone better off without making anyone worse off. There's no reason not to implement this type of PIP choice as soon as possible for the drivers, survivors, and taxpayers of Michigan.